first signing today. It is direct and it's a seller's package. I got tired of waiting to get signings through signing companies, and so I had started sending emails out to escrow officers, and I didn't really think much. Like, I was thinking like, oh, I'm gonna send out these emails to them, like it'll probably be months or before I get an actual response. I was thinking it'll probably be like months before I actually get a response from them, like, because usually people say like, oh, it takes a long time, like, to get business from escrow officers and whatnot. And like, you hear about people taking like 9 weeks to get one escrow officer to give them a shot. So I sent out like 30 emails, and then 3 people reply. 3 escrow officers reply. 2 say they're gonna one said she was gonna use me. The other one said she might, or she seemed interested. And then one, she asked me like how much I charged and stuff. And then a few days later, like, she was like, hey, you want this signing? And I was like, yeah. And then a few days, and then another few days, or 2 days later, she was like, do you want another signing? And I was like, yeah. Mind you, I hadn't even done the other one yet. So I was like, whew. And it's my first signing. But good news is they're both seller packages. The one I'm doing today is only 23 pages, so I know that's like super low compared to what a package could be, but I am still low-key kind of nervous about it. Like, I'm not like super nervous. I'm trying to keep my cool, not over hype myself, like make it into a big deal in my mind. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. Then she wants me to drop the docs off at her office. I went and got her a Starbucks card. And so that's gonna be my thank you gift to her for choosing me as one of her notaries, or at least giving me a shot, and for the experience. And yeah, so I'll keep you guys updated. I'm dropping my son off at daycare, and it is 7 something in the morning, and my signing's at 12, so I'll keep you guys updated. Alright, bye. Okay guys, so an update is that one of the documents, I didn't know what went on one of the lines because it didn't say signature or anything, and it was kind of confusing. So I contacted the NNA. They told me if the signer doesn't know what to put there, you need to contact the person who gave you the signing. So I contacted the escrow officer, which I know we say like, oh, it's okay to contact the escrow officer, blah, blah, blah. But I kind of didn't want to, because I wanted to, her to be like, okay, she knew what she was doing, like, completely. But anyway, I contacted her. I sent her a screenshot of the part of the document that I didn't understand. Of the document that I didn't understand. And she wrote me back pretty much saying, like, that document wasn't correct, and so she had to get the attorney to correct it last night, and she was sending me like the revised version with that filled in. So I guess I'm happy that I asked, because that was not right. It wasn't like correct. So I was like, okay, cool. Because at first I thought, I was like, dang, I don't know this. Is there something that I didn't study? Blase, freaking myself out a little bit, because that was the only form that I was like kind of iffy about. But yeah, so she's gonna be sending me that in like about an hour or 2, and I still have, it's about to be 9, so 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 3 hours until my signing, so Hey guys, I'm about to head out to my signing. I just had the biggest headache. You know those papers that the escrow officer sent me? For some reason, my printer didn't want to print legal. So I just spent like 30 minutes trying to figure out how to finesse this printer. And it's a brother. And it's adultery. So it's gonna be times where stuff just happens. But anyway, look at my little desk area and all the paper I just wasted. Like, that's mad paper. Like, I don't have time to clean up. I was just like, I gotta figure it out. So I'm about to head out now. Wish me luck. Guys, I just finished my first signing. It literally took me like 2 hours, no, like an hour and a half to get through 23 documents. I know. I had like the reader of readers, I feel like, for my first signing. Like everything he wanted to read, and then I would give him an explanation for, for the document. And then he's like, but what does that mean? And I'm like, I don't know what it means, dude. I don't know. Like you asking me too many questions. Like, sign it. You ain't go over this before. And then his realtor was there, and she was kind of making it worse. Like, she was helpful, like she was doing her best, but she seemed like me, like I was like, is this your first one too? Like, we both sit here looking at him like, bro, we trying to tell this dude whatever we can to explain these documents the best we can, and I'm trying to like be within my legal limits, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, there's like a lot of tax forms in there, like tax stuff, and I was like, well, I can't explain this to you like in depth. I can only explain what's on this page or read what's on this page because it's tax forms. And he's like, but nigga, I'm sorry, he was like, but niggas. And I was like, and the realtor was like, why did I come today? And he's an old person, so old people, they like to read a lot. Like, he was over 65. I saw that in the paperwork, some kind of over 65 exemption. So it was a lot of him reading, and asking a lot about the same stuff. And we called like the escrow officer, I swear, like 4 times. It felt like it's probably 3, but still, I was like, dang, I was expecting to go through this with no questions, like 23 pages. And I had studied these documents like since yesterday, because that's when I got them. And I was like, I got this. I'm gonna tell him these explanations, boom, boom, boom. And he was like, study harder. But it's over now. Now I have to go drop these documents off at BS Pro. I got her this Starbucks gift card, so hopefully she's like, mad cool and even happier that I got her the Starbucks card. And I'm praying that my next signing goes way smoother, and I kind of know like what to expect. I'm pretty sure this next signing is just gonna be me and the signer, so that would be a lot easier because the realtor, she was helpful though. Like, she made copies of his ID and everything for me, and she was mad cool. Like, she was sweet, but it was just like a lot for my first signing for me, especially being an introvert. I was like, it's too much talking and extra like stuff going on that I wasn't expecting, because I knew that I was going to be doing it in her office, like the building, but I didn't know she was gonna be in there with me. And in my mind, I had kind of like prepared for it just being me and him, but in the office, you know what I mean? So at certain times, like, she would talk over me, and they would kind of throw me off my game slightly, like off my square a little bit, because I was just like, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was my first signing. I'll let you guys know how the escrow office goes. I'm way more relaxed now though, because I got that out the way. Like, I was so tense, like, but yeah. Okay guys, I forgot to tell you guys that they changed up mad documents too when we were there. So like, remember the documents I told you they changed in the beginning? They changed that one, but then they changed the settlement statement, which is like that, the lifeline of like, you supposed to just have that set, know how you're gonna do it, don't. But it was also still easy, but I could tell that made the seller mad uneasy, because we were changing too many numbers. Well, not we. The realtor and escrow was changing a lot of numbers. And so he kept asking, like, so what am I getting? What am I getting? And I'm like, it's this number right here. And then she's like, no, it's not. And I'm like, oh, that's what it says. And she's like, we're changing it. But it was less. So it was like, dang, you kind of like, now he really gonna be like, nah, I don't really want to sign this. I was getting more money before me. Like, what's going on? So I was just like, nah. Like, that kind of started it off on the bad kind of thing. I could tell for him. I was still like in a good space. I was just like, all right, we rolling with the punches. But I could tell for him, he was like looking like, y'all messing with my money. And I was just like, in my mind, I was like, I'd be kind of like iffy too now, you know what I mean? Because, you know, it is what it is. And no one wants to get less money, especially a substantial amount less. So I was just like, I'm just trying to be cool with him. I cracked a few jokes, you know, I can be funny at times. Especially when I get kind of nervous and I'm ready to get out, I'm like, so I like cracked a few jokes, because he messed up on one of the documents. Like, he wrote really scratchy, and I was like, I didn't want to make him sign a document again, because I was like, we already here for 3 days on 23 documents. But I was like, you got to, T. So I was like, all right, let me switch these documents out. I didn't say it like that, but that's how I say it in my mind. So I switch out the documents and I tell them what's what, and I was like, it's okay, you know, my handwriting's not the best either. Sometimes I gotta redo stuff too. And it kind of made him giggle a little bit, you know, corny old people jokes. If you're old, no tap or no cap, but y'all do be having corny jokes sometimes, trust me. My dad has funny jokes, but corny ones too, and my mom. But anyway, guys, back to dropping off these documents. I'm like more than 20 minutes away, so alright, bye. Okay guys, I wanted to come and tell you guys about what happened with the escrow officer, because I forgot to put that part in. So after, and this is actually like a few days later, so after I got to the escrow office, I gave her the documents, I gave her the card, Starbucks card, but it was like in a card, so she didn't know it was a Starbucks card, and she like put it to the side, you know, so I don't really know what her reaction was to that. And then she was like, I'm so sorry about the signing, because it was hectic, and I'm glad that when she said that, it was like, okay, this isn't like normal for it to be this way, even though I knew it wasn't, but still, it was like all these documents being changed up and, a whole bunch of craziness wasn't ideal. Like, it wasn't like she was thinking like, you should know how to handle this. She was thinking like, ooh, that would have been a lot, for anyone. So that was helpful. So then after I left her office, I went to my car, and I was mad tired, y'all. I was super drained, like, because driving in Texas, that like an hour is very annoying. You really got to pay attention because people drive crazy. And so I was sitting in my car, and then I was about to leave, but then I was like, I didn't talk to no other escrow officers in there, and this is an hour away, so I need to go back in there and talk to as many escrow officers as I can while I'm here. So I didn't want to. I really didn't, because I was tired, and I was like, this is going to take energy for me to be all bubbly and whatnot. But I did it. I got out the car, went in there. The secretary, she only let me talk to two, because one of them, she said, was preparing for a closing, and the other one, she said, didn't get business or something. I don't know. I got the feeling that she didn't really want to go bother them, so I didn't want to put too much pressure on her, because essentially you kind of, when you call and stuff, you're going to be working with the secretaries too for certain things, and I want to have a good relationship with everyone in the office. So I was like, alright, cool. So she had two come out and meet me, and they met me at the same time. They were in the office talking together. And when they came out, at first they said they had a meeting, but then I guess they changed their mind and they came out. And so I had already emailed them when I emailed the other escrow officer that I actually did business with. Oh, I'm so tired. That I actually did business with in the office. And so one of them, she had already replied to me, so I was meeting her after emailing her. And the other one, she didn't reply to my email, but I'd sent her one too. So we talked, we had a good conversation. I basically gave them the spiel, I do this, da-da-da, boom, 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 notary, loan signing agent stuff. I was mad nervous because I was overthinking in my mind behind the scenes, but I hope I came off the way I wanted to. So it's raining too, guys. So then anyway, I left. So then 3 days passed, because it's Monday now. I did that signing on Thursday. Or Thursday or Friday. It was Thursday. And one of the escrow officers, another one that I talked to, she hit me up, and it wasn't the one who had replied to my email. It was the other one who didn't reply. And she offered me a buyer signing at this evening, but it conflicts with some other stuff that I got going on, and then that I can't get out of, called being a mom. And I'm gonna pick my son up for daycare. So right now it's 11:30. I'm gonna reply. I told her that it conflicts with my schedule, and that I had some with other clients and stuff, and that I wouldn't be able to do it, unfortunately, but I want to. But then after I sent her that email, I thought about it. I was like, maybe I could find a babysitter, because I don't have family in Texas. It's just me and my son. So when I do get a babysitter, it's like I have to pay someone for it. And they have hourly daycares here, but they close at 8, and I have to drive an hour to get to the appointment. About the time I drive there, I'm there during the signing, and I get back, I know I'm going to be pushing it, and I could possibly get to the daycare late. So I was trying to scrounge to see if I could find like an actual person, like on care.com, or someone like through this mom's group chat that I'm in for church, like if they know anyone. So none of them knew anyone. One of them said that she might be able to do it, but then she stopped replying, so I don't know what that means. And then the other one, so now I'm just waiting to see if I get any like hits from care.com. This is my first time using care.com too, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so I got offered 3 signings so far. 2 of them I was able to take, 1 of them I wasn't, and they are all direct from the same office. 2 different escrow officers. The 2 seller packages are $150 a piece, $150, and it's only 23 pages for the other one. This other one should be about 20-something pages too, I'm hoping, because it's a seller. Then the buyer package, I have no idea about that yet, because I don't even know if I could take it. It would also be my first buyer's package, so that's nerve-wracking, because that would be mad last minute for everything. But I ain't about to turn it down if I can take it. So sorry it's all shaky. I'm about to end it. But alright guys, that's the update of everything that happened on my first signing and my first week pretty much of doing loan signing. We out here. We out here doing a thing. Dizzle.